streaming, which now. Oh, I think we're live. Oh, I think I didn't even have to put the thing in. I think we're live. Yep, we are live.
All right.
I did it.
Welcome to Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth. My name is Rose with Live by Design. This is my partner Marita with the Path of Ish. And it is June the 28th, 2020. Can you believe it? We're almost halfway through 2020 right now. Are you going to survive? Am I going to survive? Nobody knows. This is a crazy year.
I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm going to survive. I got a lot to do still. So, welcome to Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth. If this is your first time joining us, you're in for a treat. We do this every Sunday at 6 p.m. San Francisco time. We've been doing this for this live Ice Cream Sunday together as a collaboration for coming up on 2 years in a couple months. And we have reached thousands upon thousands of people around the world at this point. Maybe we can hire somebody to go back and look at all of them and see how many people how many views we've actually gotten.
Yeah, maybe.
So Ice Cream Sundays, for those of you who don't know, it is a joint collaboration between my partner and I. We have our own separate work that we do in the world, but we do collaborate on quite a few things as well. And this is just a free offering that we give to the world for the sake of community and meeting new people and offering what we have to give to whoever stumbles upon us at the right moment. On this live, we do ice cream chakra clearings, which we will tell you more about, as well as single card readings. We do ask that you get really focused in your question, and we'll tell you a little bit more about all of that. Is the description about how to ask in the thing?
I hope it's there, yeah.
Okay, so in the description of this video, there should be instructions on how to ask for a reading or a clearing. We do have a few specific things we ask for from you. While Marita is sharing, I'm going to wait to go over the sort of instructions on how to ask. Are you done or are you still going?
So. Yep. Please please share. I hope I shared. Sometimes I just forget
share.
Where I can share and where I can't share. And then I get in trouble. List? That would be so organized.
It should be in the notes.
Room. That would be so.
That's what I do.
I wrote it down once, and then this is how I keep track of my life.
Yeah, I know. It's so let me show you.
Little side notes. Here, something.
Not searchable.
Moon.
OMG. So that's why I write everything in a place that I can actually search for it and find it every time. So maybe that's something.
Say hello to people. Hello, Erin.
You just interrupted
I'm sorry.
me.
Did I? It's like me writing notes on the side.
Marie, did you have caffeine?
No, not yet. I really need it.
Okay. Well, I may have to start some tea. You want some tea? You want me to make some tea while you chat with people for a second?
Sure. I'm a little tired. So hello, Renee. Hello, Sherry. New York. I love it. Bob's Lake, Canada. It is, I grew up a lot of my life going to Canada. Lovely country. Hi, Jen Ryan. Aaron Spencer. Yes, napkins, scraps of paper. I know. It just makes sense for me. I also worked a very long time in restaurants. And so the napkin thing, huge, right? So anyways, Bolivia. Wow, Bolivia. ¿Cómo están todos en Bolivia? Bienvenidos. So what are we here to do? My name is Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of Ish. Ish, I-X, spelled I-X, is the Mayan symbol of the jaguar. It is my path, my medicine path. And like Rose said, we do different things. I have schools, classes, one-on-ones. Rose has an amazing an amazing
Rose is an amazing American.
Oh God, I don't know about that. Rose is an
I don't know if I'd be
amazing
considered an
live by
amazing
design
American.
group that she's really asking people to
Called
be
the Adventurers Club.
Yes.
And I have quite a few offers as well. Though I'm going to be coming out with one very soon called Courage 101. Feel the fear and do it anyways, because
I like that title.
That's really the thing
Were
about
you afraid
courage.
when you wrote it and then you got through it? I'm just kidding.
I think there was an element of fear.
Yeah.
Not in the naming, not in choosing that name, but in creating anything, it is easy to have fear to put myself out there, and it's so easy to be distracted by all the work I need to do for other people. So
she was talking about me. Greetings, Chris Harris. How are you? So what are we about today? So we have our own offerings, and this is our offering that we do together as a team, dream team, right here, the Esteva clan. We offer one-card readings.
The Esteva clan. I like that we've really merged my Scottish background into that,
to just a Jewish,
the clan,
Mexican. Oh yeah, I like it.
Clans of the Highlands,
Clans of the Highlands. What is our tartan? We should come up with one. So thanks to everyone. I'm going to try to get focused again because
There's a unicorn on the shield, probably.
Oh, probably. Okay, so what are we doing? We're doing one-card readings, focus topic of your choice, and ice cream chakra clearing. So what is an ice cream chakra clearing? Very briefly, 7 main chakras, which are energy centers in the body, right? We go through them instead of using color or light, sound. We use your time. We use flavors. Flavors connect to your gustatory, taste, and olfactory senses, which allow you to connect quicker to your memory sense. By connecting quicker to your memory sense, you have a mind, body, soul experience of this clearing.
I was just thinking that you need a little off stage Foley person. The people that make little sound effects every time somebody on stage does something. So then when you're you need that. You need that.
That being said, how do you
hire somebody as soon as
how do you get on it? You ask, right? I make a list in this scratch writing, believe it or not. And sometimes I can read the names and sometimes I can't. So thanks for your
true story.
And it's very simple. You just put what you want, card or clearing. If it's a card, very focused topic of your choice, the reason why you want to hit a target. So you've got to aim for it. So the more focused you are in your ask, the easier it is for you.
So imagine you're talking to a friend and you have to tell them what's going on in your life that you have a question about in 10 seconds or less. That is what we want you to do. We want you to be focused. We want you to give us some details. Don't just be what do I do? What would your friend say to you if you were just what do I do? And they were about what?
Give us the elevator pitch, right? So it has to be really focused. And then please write permission or permission granted, and we will go through. At the end, we're not going to get through everyone, of course, but we will get through as many people as possible. Hi, Vicki Smith. At the end, we do a card and clearing for the whole group. So we're going to start it off. We got Karma and Chris. KK, ready up to go?
One more thing for those of you, some of you who are on here have already joined us. We are now on a weekly, keep putting that out. We are now on a weekly basis doing a private Zoom readings group once a week. Only 5 people at a time, one time a week. And that is called Ice Cream Social. If you are interested in getting in on that, get in on it because it's super affordable. It's a really low cost offer. You get a lot of time from us and you get to be in a group, a very intimate group of people where you get either a chakra clearing or a reading, longer amount of time than we give you here and way more attention and support from the group. It's fantastic. So highly recommend #ice cream social if you're interested, and we will follow up with you. We are also doing it via Patreon now. So you get a discount if you join Patreon to pay for it. And you also get a discount if you get 3 at once.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lots of discounts.
Ice cream social, ice cream social, ice cream social.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, here we go.
What?
Karma. Let's begin, Chris. And awesomeness. Let's do it. Two chakra clearings. Please like, please share. And I might even sing my ice cream social song, which is the first song that I wrote that won an award and was recorded.
Marita was 2 years old at the time, by the way. To be clear.
I was in 2nd grade, actually.
Well, I knew there was a 2 in there somewhere.
There's a 2 in there somewhere. So here we go. Karma, Chris, and Ineka, open wings. That's what we have so far.
Oh,
Sonia.
Angie, what are you doing, child? Mercury.
Beautiful. Okay. We have really rambunctious cats.
She waits till we get on here and then she does things.
Okay. Chakra clearing for Karma, then 1 for Chris, and then 2 card readings. Must be present to win. If not, we just go down the list. So hopefully you're still here, Karma. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a hello again in the comments. Karma, the flavor I'm getting for you is peppermint ice cream, but it's this peppermint ice cream, the Azores. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. This peppermint ice cream is very specific, okay? And this is why it's specific. There's one place in San Francisco that makes this. They only make it in the holidays. And they actually have candy canes in there. So it's like a candy cane peppermint ice cream. It's really people line up for hours to get just a scoop of this. That's how famous this is. So one of the things about this is the seasonality. There's a time and a season for everything, right? We're right now just transitioned to the time of fire, the time of the South. Can you put the timer? And this is really about being focused season per season. Also making sure this is coming in, believe it or not, for the connection between your third eye, all this amazing insight that you've been getting, and your voice. So right kind of in between, to make sure that you're speaking your truth. And again, there's a time and a season for everything. So there's a time to say things, and there's a time for silence. And this is what that's talking about. That candy cane peppermint is really about having a really good rod staff, right? Kind of boom, centered. And that centering comes from your connection to your dreams, 2nd chakra. So you're getting 3 chakra clearings out of that. So can you stay centered and connected, right? Really strong in your path and what you want to do, and make sure that the journey from here to here, take time between that. Be careful of what you're speaking. And it's not just being careful, you're going to mess up. But can you pause and can you reflect? Can you set aside, knowing that everything that comes out of your mouth, that you make things sacred by the way of how you speak things into existence. And so that's what I got. What did you get?
I got Earl Grey.
Ooh, I love Earl Grey.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever had Earl Grey flavored desserts, but it's delicious. Good. It's so good. It's this really lovely, you have that black tea kind of flavor, which is unique by itself, but then you have that bergamot of the Earl Grey, and it just, the energy of this flavor for you is, it's very clearing. It's a very clearing flavor because of the bergamot, and also because black tea it's not super heavy, right? Tea is not a very heavy drink, even though really nice, really good tea is not it's not super watery and, flavorless. It has a lot of flavor, but it's not like coffee, and it's not like chocolate, right? It has a much more light, delicate quality to it. Tea does, right? The This is actually going to be for your third chakra, for the energy center that is just below the bottom of your rib cage right there, right where your ribs and your sternum meet. And it's to bring you support in refining your dream, refining your purpose, refining this kind of thing that you are putting out into the world right now. Is this karma?
Yeah.
Okay. So probably this is having to do with your business, right? But when we think about this energy center being the center where we kind of are, where our dreams and our purposes come from, that's definitely the energy that we're working with, that aspect of this energy center. And that Earl Grey is to come in and just bring, first of all, like some calm and some lightening, some like physical lightness, right? That's that bergamot. It's like a lift because of the citrus. And then to bring clarity and refinement. It's not a like bright lemon, orange, wow, flavor, you know, it's delicate. That is the energy that's coming to you right now. And it's to support you in refining that dream. It's just, you have the big idea, right? You have a lot of it going already. How can you now get into like the details, get down into the details of this dream so you can deliver it in this very clear, refined way? Anything else?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Thanks, Karma. We're going to see you soon. I know it.
Okay. Side note, we also have a moon ceremony coming up on the full moon. Yes, it is July 4th, but before you see fireworks, why not have an opportunity to ground and release your own fireworks? So join us if you're interested in that. I'll send you the link. Just hashtag full moon. These are ceremonies that we'll be doing twice a month, full moon and new moon. And we have a Patreon too. So just hashtag if you want that. Okay, Chris, here comes your clearing.
Chris Harris.
So Chris, there's this candy in Mexico that my grandfather would buy me. I loved it. And it's actually a lime, un limon, right? Like green, right? Limes are green, right? And they
most limes
are green. So they take the lime, right, the full shape of it, and they cut just like a quarter out of it. And then they take out everything. It's really hard. I don't know how they make these things. Magical fairies probably do. Magical Mexican fairies. And then they candy the rind of the lime, and then they make this thing with coconut and lime, and they stuff it back in the lime. So you literally eat a lime like this, and that's probably why I loved it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a dinosaur, and I get to eat a lime with coconut.
How come we never got one of those when we were in Mexico? That sounds amazing.
Yeah. So that's the flavor that's coming in.
I'm feeling a little disappointed
for you. It's one of my favorite. Oh God! And there's this great dulceria where you just go and you just see all the amazing like.
You get sugar high just from looking at it.
Just thinking about it, I'm like, oh. Anyway, so that's what's coming in, and that's coming for your third eye. And it's kind of like that idea of, you know, you have the beginning of something, a lime, right? And the lime is good as it is, right?
And the lime is good.
The lime is good. Sometimes maybe dry. But then you open up the lime and you reinvent the lime. Right. So this is about reinventing. And I know you're going through a lot of this reinventing, and this is just to come in and to clear that and to help you with all the clearing that you are doing and all the new creation that you're doing. And I love coconut because it's just like, it's a hard shell to crack. Right. So it's also about boundaries and protection. So making sure that you are having good boundaries over how you're consuming information, media, and things like that. Whenever I feel like people are kind of like really waking up and starting to study and things like that, it's really, really important at all times, right? At all times, make sure you have good filters on, right? Good filters on, because there's a lot of crap out there. And so make sure that you stay on your path, you know, and make sure that you have people that, you know, you can check in. I was telling Rose the other day that the way that, so I've been trained since I was born. And one of the things that I was trained in when it came to divination and oracle and stuff like that, is that you were tested. You were literally tested for years. And one of the things, and even though you had passed, you had to always, anytime that you got any message from any spirit, you had to get it approved. You had to tell two people that were also trained, and they had to make sure that that message was good, right? That it was interpreted in a good way, that it was a safe message to deliver, and something that was good for the community and moving forward. So there's a lot of safety nets out there that don't exist, and I think in practices, and that might be something that you want to develop. It's just as you growing in intuition, not out of fear, but you just got checks and balances are always good. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I wasn't actually like super urgent or anything. I was just listening to you and then watching our little kitties being adorable with each other. So the flavor that I got for you is actually lavender, lilac, violet. It was just all the purple flowers. It was like this combination of all of these lovely floral tones for you. It's interesting. I seem to be getting kind of a theme here which is not surprising with what's going on in the world, is some lightness. This is actually for your third eye.
Again, another third eye.
Yeah. Is that what you did?
Yeah.
It must have been in another world I was listening to, but somehow I was just like,
It must have been the lime thing that I told you.
I think so. I got hung up on the deliciousness of that dessert. So this is also for your third eye. It seems like you got a lot going on up here right now. Just gonna guess. But this is actually pretty simple. It's really to bring you just some lightness and ease. Lavender, lilac, violet, anything floral like that, any type of floral ice cream or dessert, they tend to not be very heavy. They also have a very delicate flavor. And it's important to take breaks. It's important to take like very simple, sweet little breaks, like place a flower where you're working and smell the flower and just appreciate, sort of the simple pleasure of that, the beauty of that, and recognize beauty and pleasure and flowers and sort of lightness are not just these throwaway things. Like it's not like they matter less. They do matter. They have actually incredible value to heal, to change, to calm, to regulate our nervous systems. They can do a lot for us. So I'm not going to go too long because we're kind of at time, but I just wanted to offer you that to support the third eye clearing that Marita already gave you. Thanks, Chris.
Okay, thank you.
I'm actually drinking rose tea right now.
So I believe it's Ineka. If you're still here, let us know. If you're still here, we'll draw your card. I know Sonia's here. So since Sonia is here, and I know that there's a little bit of a delay once in a while. I did a meditation and study on my third eye last night. Well, no wonder, Chris. Jeez. Maybe that's why. Awesome. Good job. So we have Sonia is here. Let's do her card. Ineka, we're waiting for you to show up. If not, we'll move on to Aaron Spencer. Again, must be present to win. Oh, there you are. Ineka's here. So we're going to do 2 cards in a row. One for Ineka, one for Sonia. One selling a house, one is buying a car. Pretty.
Ineka is
selling a house. So
okay, and what is the question?
A card for how, anything that could come in to help sell the house.
Okay.
My hair is locomotion today. Look at that.
So what happens when you let barbers mess up your line?
I know. Rose has been trying to fix my line, and this is what happens. Look at this. Look at this crazy stuff right here. Look at those. Maybe I can braid these. These little, just kidding. Okay. Going back to the cards. We are using today the Earth Magic Oracle cards.
Sometimes I've noticed it's more unnerving to Marita when I just don't say anything and let Marita just go.
I know. I know. Okay. And other days I'm just like this.
Other days you're like, and anyway, shutting down this one right here.
So here we go. Here's your card, Whale, Breach. What do you think, Rosie Room?
Here's your card. It's a whale. It's breaching. Turn it over to you.
Well, you are always the one who likes to comment first on those. So.
No, it was just funny. You know, there's a couple things that come to mind for me when this whale, right? It's not just, this isn't just a whale. This is specifically a whale in breach, which is jumping way out of the water, right? They're not usually doing this for the sake of catching fish or, you know, something super practical as far as we know. You know, it's not this like, right? The energy of this card in part is that it's important to stay connected to your visions and your goals. It's important to stay connected to, I mean, to a certain degree, it's like your joy or your, you know, the thing that's pulling you through this, right? If we think about pain as the push, the thing that's pushing us, like, and joy or goals or excitement or desires are the things that pull us. It's going to be important and helpful for you to stay connected to your desires, the reasons that you're doing this, the things that you're excited about, and specifically the excitement part, because when you connect to your excitement, other people feel that energy from you. There's almost nothing that really stands in for like passion, excitement, but especially excitement and joy, I would say, when you are communicating about something, when you are selling something, when you are really trying to go through that particular process, excitement and joy are like contagious. You know, they really are. So for you to stay connected to that, that's the energy that I'm getting for you from this breach, is like, don't just be focused on the practical. When you can, remember, even if you need something to remind you to kind of go back to that energy, the bigger dreams, the reasons that allow you to connect to the emotional experience of excitement and joy. Anything you want to add to that?
I think another thing is like, you know, to connect to what she said is bring in the good memories of that home, what made that house a home, right? And then it makes you jump into light and will make others feel that. My parents loved going to open houses. Like, it was just the thing that we did on Sundays. I don't know what, some people go to the mall, we went to open houses, and you could sense energy if that home was a home or just a house. And so I suggest that as you're looking for your new home, you allow people a little bit of that, you know, just a little bit of the chocolate chip cookie feeling of like yummy, wholesome goodness, Toll House, that they can kind of feel. And so that they'll feel the sacredness of a place that you've created, and then they can rejoice for joy as well.
Okay. There's like this energy of that it doesn't, you know, your house doesn't have to be this magnificent, epic, crazy house. It's just like, can people see themselves there? You know, and when you connect to the energy that Marita's describing of like all the times and experiences that you lived in that house, it brings that energy. Like, this is a house that people can live in. This is a house that people can picture themselves in. And so connecting to that energy and staying present in it throughout the process, and not just like, I have to get out of here, right? That's what's going to help you.
Okay. Sonia, card for you coming up after that. Aaron, card for you. Good job. Moving.
Oh.
Did you want to draw the card?
I was just trying to take a moment. You've been going like this.
No, I haven't. I've been doing silly things the whole time.
That's not what I mean. I'm talking about your speediness And then there was a thing in the eye, and I really love those limes. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I just have this desire to like take a pause and just have a breath, you know? And so that's what I was doing. And then you were like, do you want me to take I'll take the thing. We're going to go. Let's get going. I'm like, are you sure you didn't have caffeine? Is this you, sans caffeine? What's the question? Buying a car?
Yep. Hello from Ontario,
What's the question
Canada.
about the car?
Which to buy? Like where to be able to. It was just general. I just allowed for it.
I don't know. I mean, this card I got, I have no idea what that.
There you go. Do that.
No, I don't even. Okay.
So, Sonia, I know you're on. If you want to give a little bit more about
a little more detail
about the car, like should you buy one? Should you not? Should you, are you in the middle of maybe looking at a car and contemplating whether to buy it? That would be great because it will help us lead this.
A little bit more guidance. We like just a teeny bit more specificity, if you could. Imagine, like I said earlier, that you're explaining this to a friend and you're like, I'm thinking about buying this car, but I don't know about this dealership. And I am not sure if I should get a car this big.
It's been a mission.
It's been a mission. Tell me more. Tell me more, Sonia.
We're gonna pause. Tell me more.
We're just going to pause and kind of ask you a couple questions to clarify. 333. That's our local time. Which means somewhere else it's 999, baby.
I said that to her once. No, I didn't say 999.
I know.
Even though we do list the show at Pacific time.
I know.
We're not getting anything from Sonia. We need to get a good car, but things haven't been working out. It's stressful. So they haven't been working out financially. Is that what it is? So is this more of a finance question? We're on a waiting game. Oh, that's exciting. Okay.
So are you trying to find out whether things are going to change for you soon and you're going to get a car successfully? Is that the question?
Hopefully a good choice. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So there's this funny thing where, so here's the card you got. Gaia, nurturing, upside down. I want to talk to you about something called the iatrogenic effect. Big words. Iatrogenic effect is when we are trying to do something to help and we end up hurting, right? So for example, there's a famous example of this where there was a huge oil spill up in Alaska and they spread all this dispersant. This is like before they knew how dangerous it would be. And it was actually the dispersant for the oil, if you don't know, when they clean up oil spills, is like horrible. It is horrible, horrible, horrible stuff. So you actually create additional harm instead of helping, right? So what I'm getting the sense of is like, this process is causing you so much stress now that actually it'd be better if you took a little break. And maybe you need a car, you're going to have to get one. You might need to take like a little mental break from it purposely, like make a rule for yourself. Okay, for the next 6 to 12 hours, for the next 24 hours, I'm going to purposely step away from this. I'm going to take care of myself and do whatever I need to do to reduce my stress level, because this process is now causing more harm, even though you need to get a car, right? To do what you got to do.
So everything that they've been doing is making it worse. Yeah. Step away.
You got to step away for a minute and take care of yourself. So like, and specifically, like, what can you do to immediately bring down your stress level? Not about the car, just focusing on the internal stress you're feeling in your body, in your mind, what gets your mind off of things, what calms you down, whether it's meditating, taking a bath, going on a little outing, playing games, whatever works for you, working out, really effective. So effective, like more than anything else, more than therapy. working out is like the most effective way to calm you down quickly.
Actually helps to build your muscle in your brain.
Yeah.
Like the muscle of your brain. Anyways, or also,
brain is that.
Also, as a good friend of mine sent me a post, the Washington Post has an article about watching funny animal videos and how it gives you hope. And when you have hope, you're more likely to have imagination and come at a problem with a different solution and not feel stuck. So maybe watch some cute kitty videos. Maybe that'll do it. That's all.
Highly underrated. Well, actually,
weave. Go ahead and weave. Weave and watch kitty videos. That's what I would do.
Something that will literally just be like the easiest thing for your body and your mind to do. It's going to help you. Just take a break from it. You're hurting yourself more than you're helping.
Beautiful. Moving on.
Thanks for giving us that additional detail because that was exactly what we needed to understand.
Veda, Donna. Yes, this is a weekly thing that we do. Same time, same Path of Ish channel. So this is Rose with Live by Design. Marita, one who catches lightning with the Path of Ish. We do this every Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. We go for about an hour, do as many things as we can do, and then we do a card and clearing at the end.
For everybody that doesn't get a private reading, just to be clear.
Are you still here?
We are also doing a very, very limited 5-person group on a weekly basis called Ice Cream Social, and that is via Zoom. We do individual readings or clearings for everybody in the group. We spend more time with you than we do here on a lot more time here on this live. It's awesome. We get to have this like dialogue back and forth. Everybody every time is like, wow, I got so much from even like hearing all the other ones.
Greatest 90 minutes of your week. Join us for Ice Cream.
Yeah, people have been loving it. So if you're interested, hashtag Ice Cream Social. Okay. I would get in on it now because it fills up quickly. It fills up really quickly. And we also probably in the future may be raising prices. It's super affordable right now.
Thursdays, right?
We're going to try to keep it pretty affordable. Thursdays in the US, it is 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, Erin, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for everyone who says we're the bomb.
Yay, thank you so much.
I love it. Alicia wrote ice cream. Okay.
What's the question?
So what gifts should they focus on spiritually to develop?
Interesting.
Well, my friend Erin, you got the spring equinox, which we are no longer. We're in the, we just had the other one, but that's fine, which is the time of the East. But the time of rebirth, there's always an opportunity to be reborn, no matter what it is. And this is really about, I talk a lot about seeds. And so when you're in the spring, you grow as much as you can because things might not make it, right? So I know that you're wanting to focus, and this is really saying, this isn't the time to focus. This is actually the time to weave and to nurture all these different things and see how one plays in from one to the other, because you become a tapestry, right? You become this amazing tapestry of unique potential and nurturing and medicine, right? That will be able to help not just heal yourself, but also heal those around you. So this is saying, really, this is time to sit down and really look at everything that you've got going on, right? And know that it's a journey, right? Know that it might take a year of focus here, or 6 months here, or 3 months in this class, and start really exploring what you want to explore. And more importantly, it's what do you want to create? What do you have a feeling of what you want to create and how to get there? And I'm not talking about business. I'm not talking about that. Like, how do you want to walk in the world? What's your one purpose in the world? If you can really get down to what that means. And so how does that show up every day in your gifts?
I have a slightly different angle on this, which is just to sort of add to what Marita said. But if you think about it from that side, like if there was one thing, something's tickling my ear. If there was one thing, like you were saying, I I see this card as a signal that you have an opportunity to reinvent yourself right now, right? So you're asking the question where to focus your spiritual gifts and training, right? Or development. I think you need to sort of play a little bit of a game with yourself, envision a little bit, maybe go back. In fact, God, you know what would have been amazing is that Mayan rebirth class that you offer. Is it still something that people can take?
Mayan rebirth, yes.
Yeah.
Hashtag Mayan rebirth if you're interested.
So
in a class like that.
It's to really sort of reinvent yourself from the ground up, which doesn't mean you get rid of all of who you are. The goal is actually to bring you closer to who you are, right? So that to me is the central element of this that you need to hear right now, is that reinvention of yourself. There's something else I wanted to say here. 1 second. I don't know why my brain is a little bit slow today, but the main thing about this is, it's kind of like if you have a near-death experience and suddenly you like have no, you kind of get a pass to like leave the shit that doesn't really matter to you. Just kind of, if we can skip the near-death experience, unless you've had one recently, consider this whole world that we're living in right now a near-death experience, because many, many people are going through that, and the presence of death is really, really real right now if it hasn't already been for you. This is the opportunity for you to rethink, but it's going to have to come from inside of you. But you might want to like set some time aside to strip away all the extra stuff that's gotten layered on top. That's why I was mentioning that Mayan rebirth class, because that's what it's all about. All right, I'm going to leave it there. You can use your imagination to get through the rest.
I love it.
If you want to reach out, feel free to do so to myself or Marita. But
yeah. I teach a lot of classes that have that idea. I just finished one of amazing. And I know there's some people watching, and I just want to say thank you if you're watching. That everyone who took that class. What a powerful class.
Marita was raving about it last
planting
night.
Planting the seeds of your desire, 4 weeks following the cycle of the moon and learning different medicines and techniques each week. It was just so powerful. I love that class. I wish it was still going on, right? So I have
Marita was gushing. Like, that class was like the sweetest thing. Oh my God, I love all those people. Oh my God, I can't believe, I just want to keep doing that class.
I know.
It's so good. It's true. I'm not making that up.
It is.
It's really sweet.
It is.
Really sweet.
It was beautiful. It was really beautiful how everyone showed up.
Awesome.
Okay, Phil Moon, are you still here? Phil Moon. If not, Mary Ann, are you still here? Phil Moon or Mary Ann or Renee?
What's going on over here?
That's tobacco.
I understand what it is.
I opened it up.
It's doing.
I don't know. It's in the middle of something.
Transformation.
Alicia, love you too.
Reinventing
it's
itself.
Reinventing itself. I know.
I used to be a cigar.
I know.
Now Phil I think I'm going to be a butterfly.
Here. Okay, we're going to pull a card for focus on health of business that's emerging. Phil, if you want to tell us anything more about the Mary Ann is here. Good, Phil. Good, you're here. If you want to tell us a little bit more about the business that you're doing and I know you were kind of whatever you guys want. But we don't
answer whatever you guys want. Questions.
We want you to focus. So as you're focusing and coming up with a very focused ask, let's pull a card for Mary Ann because she had a very focused ask, and then Phil will wait for you to get back, and then we'll do that. And Renee, awesome. Then will you do your chakra clearing?
And then we will probably be done because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
It's getting close, folks.
It's getting hot.
Stick around. If we don't get to you, we will do a card and clearing for the group at the end if you didn't get a one-on-one. And also hashtag ice cream social and join our
ice cream social is amazing. #1. We pull cards and have lots of fun.
Right there.
Oh,
they're just there.
I was revamping my ice cream social song that I wrote in 2nd grade. That was recorded on Wham 1600 radio.
Wow.
It's so hilarious. Okay. So Phil, please get back to us. Maria Hernandez, ¿cómo estás? We go live every Sunday.
What's the
Okay,
question?
positive changes to her teaching career. Is that, and that's what we got.
What was the question?
Or will there be
Oh,
positive
will there
changes?
be? Thank you. Sorry, without like
Sorry.
the question part of it, I'm
Yeah.
not sure if that's I don't like making assumptions because then I make an ass out of you and me. Okay. Do you teach little kids or do you teach older? Like what age do you teach? Do you teach adults? I'm curious only because of this card. Maybe you could let us know in the comments, Marianne. This is the card that we got for you, childhood, innocence, and it's in reverse. Which to me, there's a lot of directions I could take this. And so that's part, I feel like it would be really helpful to know what age.
I'm waiting.
We'll wait.
5 and 6.
Okay. Grade 5 and 6. Okay. So I don't know if this is, I'm just going to say what's coming, which is basically that the experience of childhood for kids is changing a lot right now, and it's going to continue to change. How children experience school, how they experience childhood, you know, what a childhood experience really is like, is shifting a great deal, in some places more than others. But that to me is like the main message for your reading. So will your, you know, will it develop in a positive direction? I think for some people, I'm friends with quite a number of teachers and my aunt works in schools as well. And I think it's been challenging. I'd be curious to know where you live, what country you live in, Marianne. But from what I've heard, it's been really challenging to adjust to a lot of the changes that are happening. And I think there will continue to be more changes unless you're in different countries. Certain countries are doing pretty good. New Zealand's doing pretty good. Some countries aren't changing that much, you know. Our country, not doing so good. Not doing so hot right now. It's like not Hansel, you know.
I'm not getting anything back from Marianne. If you want to say where you're teaching.
Okay. Well, anyway, the point is, your experience of teaching, you may not like where things are headed if this card is any indicator, because this is where things were at.
U.S. East Coast.
If you want to continue to work with kids and you find that you can kind of roll with the punches, then you'll be okay. But in terms of the way that school is shifting right now, I think it's going to be a hard adjustment for many people, and you might be among them because of the way that our systems are just changing. And I don't know that it's going to change anytime soon because we didn't do what we needed to do as a country to, I mean, you can believe it or not, but my perspective is looking around the world at countries that have handled this differently, particularly New Zealand.
There's also, we have someone who is defunding education.
Right. There's that too. I don't know if it's going to be an easy, you know, I don't think it's going to be easy coming up soon. I think you might have to really make some choices about whether or not it's worth it to you anymore. To be honest, I hate to give you a not so happy reading, but that's the vibe I'm getting. Anything you want to add?
I think for me, it's and what I feel is the people are missing the most is the personal connection, like having
the energy of the kids,
having that schoolroom. I mean, that's a whole nother world. You enter into that classroom and you've literally been transported into whatever that teacher has created in that world. And when there's really special teachers, I mean, you're saving kids' lives sometimes. I'm going to get all emotional because I can remember some teachers. And so it's like, how do you do something that you created with physical boundaries, right? And had your presence there. How do you create that in a virtual way? And it's very different. It's almost kind of like
so different.
What I've had to come about when I teach, all the things that I've been taught for a really long time. It's like, how do you make something that's usually taught in circles and oral traditions and bring it here in a sacred way, in a non-colonized way? And it's really about getting very focused about what that means for you and finding those things that you get excited about that then show your excitement through these means as well. And so for some reason, something that keeps popping into me, and maybe because Jen's on here and she's a teacher and a writer, it's like having the kids write a book together or something like that. I don't know, that popped in, but there you go.
We're over time.
Okay.
Sorry that there wasn't sort of a happy outlook, but
maybe it gives opportunities. Okay, Phil Moon. So having spinal issues, bad posture sitting at, as a visual designer, sitting at computers, it's really kind of messing with her, and she's trying to launch a new business and not sure if she'll be able to because of the physicality of that. And she's getting worried about how it's really starting to affect her day to day.
Did she say what kind of business?
It is a clothing line, apparel with illustrations. She goes, absolutely. Thanks so much. Oh, an amazing idea. A book. And then we'll end with Renee, your chakra clearing, and then we'll close it for the group where we do a card and clearing so anyone can participate. So sorry again if we didn't get to you individually. We do this every Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And then we also have our small individual group readings, right? Well, in the small group readings, only 5 people allowed via Zoom. So if you're interested in that, hashtag ice cream social. Drop in price, I think, is around, $30, $35. And if you become a Patreon, it drops below that.
Yeah, it's much less.
Much less.
So here's the card we got for you. Stillness.
I just posted. I'm about to post about stillness on Instagram.
Really?
Yes.
Perfect timing. Follow Marita on Instagram
Yeah.
to check out the new thing that's about to be posted about stillness. There's a couple things that immediately pop up for me. First of all, if your long-term plan for this business does not involve a plan to slowly remove you from the day-to-day operations of the business that are too tiring for your body, then you need to stop. You need to pause, and you need to actually think about that part of the plan right now. Because if you are creating a business that at some point, it's like I was talking to somebody else, this stillness to me represents a pause. And it is a pause for long-term planning for this business for you. Thinking about what is the lifestyle that you want to live? Asking the exact questions you're asking. Do I really have the capacity or desire to sit at a computer this long every day? And you probably know, starting a business, right? At the beginning, there's a big push. There's a big push, probably for a while, depending on, how good your reach is and connections already. But you can still make decisions right now at the front end of a business to set it up so that long term, if you want to, be able to scale the business, you make certain choices. If you want to be able to create more passive income from the business, you make certain choices right now.
Makes total sense.
This is the moment. And I don't think this is true that everybody needs to do this before they start, because sometimes the key is just getting it going, and then you can kind of shift things as you go. But for whatever reason right now, this is really important for you to slow down and take a moment to consider and ask yourself, what are the key questions? In addition to the 2 that I said about scaling and passive income, is thinking about how hard are you going to be to replace? If you want somebody else to take over some of the work from you, or if you're going to need support from somebody doing the things you're currently doing so you can move up and do higher level aspects of the business, think about that as well. How do you build that in? How are you thinking about that right now, right? Anything else you want to add?
No, I think that kind of sums it up. So I think that's good.
Awesome. Okay.
Beautiful.
Good luck with that.
Awesome. Renee, are you still here with us? Let me know if Renee's still here. As we're waiting for Renee, this will be our final one-on-one here doing a clearing, but we will do a final card and clearing for the group. What does that mean? And how do you participate? Very simple. You can just write permission granted in comments, and that's enough. Or you can actually write what you want to let go of and what you want to bring into your life, right? We're kind of ending a month of June. So I always like to kind of check in, see what's going, not just because of the moon cycle, as we ramp up for a full moon, July 4th next week. But if you want to participate in the final card and clearing, just write permission granted, or write what you want to let go of or bring into your life. And then you will receive it. If you do not write anything, either now or in a replay, you just don't get the zhuzh, you don't get the magic. So that's all it is. Renee, let's do her clearing, and then we'll start doing the group. And Chris Harris is participating in the group. So if you want to know how to participate, just read her comments. Okay, ice cream clearing. Okay, go.
I got loquat. Do you know what loquats are?
Let her tell you.
They're planted all over the place where I grew up for landscaping. People just like had the trees everywhere because they grew so easily. People almost never use the fruit. You just watch it like just be on the tree and then fall on the ground like it was an ornamental, but it wasn't. Hi, Jenna. Gentle. Hi, Gentle. So loquats are delicious. There's several varieties. Oh, awesome. People are participating in the group. So loquats are like this. If you've never had them before, they're kind of soft and fuzzy on the outside, like a little bit like a peach, but the skin is really yummy still. And the inside it's similar. It's kind of like a stone fruit almost, but it's smaller and it has some smaller pits in it. And it's a little bit more tart. It's a really delicious fruit, actually. But the reason that this is coming through for you is it really is, again, it's that third chakra, but it's more connected to the like internal identity aspect than the part of like putting yourself out and your purpose and all of that. It's that internal sort of seat of who you are and your identity and your uniqueness. And it's urging you, this loquat flavor, which is, God, so yummy. There's definitely chunks in there. It's not just like a creamy flavor, but the flavor is throughout the whole ice cream. If you've ever had orange ice cream, you'll know, like really actually homemade tasty orange ice cream. The citrus and the cream together is amazing, right? So the flavor of this loquat is coming through to support you in actually recognizing things that you might be throwing away about yourself. Consider them throwaway qualities, weaknesses about who you are, things you don't like about yourself. Those actually contain some really amazing gifts that this ice cream is coming through to support you in embracing, rather than just tossing it out. Like these people that grow loquat and just let the trees just like they just like let all the fruit fall on the ground and rot, right? I'm not saying we shouldn't leave some fruit for the birds. That's fine. But this is really about embracing parts of yourself that you are disowning right now, that you are throwing away like they are garbage. And if you think it doesn't affect you when you treat parts of yourself like they are garbage, let me tell you, it affects you. It's going to affect you. I'm not saying don't change. I'm not saying, we can't be different people, then we, choose different actions. But there was a post I did recently that was talking about perfectionism. And one of the tips that I gave to people in that post, which I regularly use for other things, is invite these things that you don't like about yourself to have a seat at the table. Invite them in. They don't have to be in control of the drive or the trip or the journey. for them to have a seat at the table. So that is what I would recommend to you. Just let this clearing come through you, but think about, and really, what is the first thing that comes to mind that's a part of yourself that you've been hating on recently, that you've been trying to toss aside? I want you to scoop that piece up and bring it back in and give it some love. Okay. What flavor did you get?
I got cinnamon for your root. Then I got
cinnamon,
basil for your third chakra. So it seems like everything's kind of centered in those top three of how, if those three aren't working, lower three, that's what I meant. I like spending time upside down. So whatever, that's my top three, your lower three. And the basil's about lightness, about lightness, aromatics, about clearing, about being light, about your intentions and how you're walking this planet. And the cinnamon is to ground you in some spiciness and some truth. It's a tree energy, to be able to have good boundaries. Cinnamon has great health properties. And we're not doctors, but look it up. You can look it up on your own. But this is really just kind of to ground you, make sure that you're speaking truth to yourself, and lighten your load.
Love yourself.
Okay,
there you go. It's time for the final card and clearing for the group. I saw a bunch of people are commenting what they want to release, what they want to call in, or giving us permission to participate. If you said permission, but you still would like to share what you are trying to release or call in, feel free to add that to the comments.
Okay.
I am calling in focus and completion, like tying up some loose ends of some projects that are just kind of hanging, and I would like to release frustration. Tired of feeling frustration. Just let it go. No need to feel that anymore. What about you?
I apparently need some energy, believe it or not. I'm pretty kind of like tired the last couple
right now. I feel super fun
of days. And my version of relaxing means I only do 20 things instead of 100, but I'm still, okay, maybe whatever. Maybe I actually do more, but I've been actually trying to relax a little bit more. So just energy and renewal and that's what I need, and I think it's just, I just need to let go. It's not even about control. It's just, we just work really hard. We work really hard. I work really hard. I come from a habit of working really hard. So I'm just bringing in help. I'm bringing in help to fill my classes up. All the money and revenue that comes through the path of Ish goes to help restoring, indigenous species to Hawaii, to this land that we are nurturing and to build
permaculture
and to build permaculture gardens to feed the community. So that's how I'm trying to contribute. And so anything that you do with me, whether it's a class or a one-on-one, that's where that's going. So the seeds that we're trying to plant, please help us do that. So I just need help. So I'm calling in help.
Cool.
Support.
Okay, so the card for the group is the autumnal equinox release in reverse.
Wow.
It's an interesting card to get in reverse. The vibe that I'm getting here is like, stop trying so hard.
Oh, that's right there. I'm right there.
Sometimes like we're in this, we're such like growers, we're so good at transformation that we're just constantly like trying. We're constantly like doing things and trying, and I'm trying my best and I'm working at it and I'm this and I'm that. And it's just like, just stop working at it.
Yeah.
Just stop working at it. Stop working at releasing things.
Let it go. Let it go.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie. What do you think?
You've never watched it before, have you?
Only partway through. I was surprised to discover that the blonde is not the main character, since she's on every single poster.
And you would think so.
OMG. God, why do they hate brunettes so much? Okay, so Stop trying so hard. That is the main message of this card. Just be. Just be. Be. It's like water doesn't like try to go downhill. It just like falls. Just be a little bit more like that. Kind of just like, all right, whatever, go with the flow. Stop working so hard. Stop trying so much.
Water teaches us how to flow, least resistance.
Just like literally let yourself fall somewhere and just like be held by life. That's what I got for you. What's the flavor?
I'm figuring out.
Is it ants on a log?
No.
Peanut butter and raisins and celery?
The flavor is clover. The flavor to clear, to give us the energy, to give us hope, to give us luck is clover. Call in your luck, right? Call in that kitzvah, that those things that you think are just like synchronicities. Call in that right now. Call in that luck. There's so much abundance in this world, even right now, even with death in our faces in a very real way, more so than it has been. You can not just survive these times, but you can thrive. So call in your luck, call in the help that you need, whether it is physical help, right? Call in your alliances, your spiritual alliances, have good boundaries, right? And make sure that you're going out there and you're surrounded and by people who have good boundaries as well. So don't waste your time with people who are not respecting your boundaries. Call in your luck. It's supposed to be your luck, right? There you go. Yep.
One more thing I want to add to that. Sometimes people don't understand your boundaries, even when you state them. They just don't get it. You have to decide for yourself whether it is important enough to you to try to put in the time to clarify and have that person understand, because sometimes communication takes a lot of time. When we are saying things and we're just coming at each other, communication doesn't necessarily happen, right? So when Marita's talking about boundaries, it is not always as simple as just being like, this is my boundary, respect it or don't, right? And they don't respect it. Sometimes they don't understand it. And then they're stepping all over it more. And you're like, now I have to do more work to explain to you why what you did still wasn't right. And at some point, you just have to decide for yourself, like, if you just need to walk away for a minute, okay? That's part of having good boundaries. It's not necessarily making sure that everybody understands your boundaries perfectly. It's just having them.
It's also about having boundaries with yourself, making sure that you're making time for yourself, for self-love and nurturing, and that you say, yes, I'm going to put that work away. Right now, I need to be rejuvenated. It's a balance and flow. You can't, don't burn out. So thank you everyone who joined us today. Again, this is Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of each, which you're watching on IX, the Jaguar path of radical self-love.
I'm Rose with Live by Design. I would love to have you in my group, the Adventurers Club. It's awesome. People are sharing right now. They share all the time how like just being in this group, it helps them make different choices on a daily basis, being like, I wasn't going to do it, but then I did it anyway. And I was so glad I did, right? Making a courageous choice, making a choice that is leading you into your own adventure, that's saying yes to your adventure. That is what I'm all about in that space. And it's free. That group is just free. And I would love to have you there. So go to my page. My groups are all attached right there. Like our pages, follow us. We put out so much free supportive content. We're not just blowing you up with offers all the time. We put out tons and tons, and that is on purpose because we want to create support and change in the world and in our communities. So
I'll tag the group that we have, Ice Cream Socials with Nougats of Truth. So when
Sundays.
We're on every Sundays. Also, if you did do a hashtag in the comments, whether you're interested in the moon series, the two moon ceremonies that we do every month, or the Ice Cream Socials, know that I will be private messaging you. So please look at your message requests. It will be coming from Marita Esteva. I'll also leave links in the comments. You can either drop in or do Patreon, however you want to do it. Again, thank you, everyone. I hope that you have an amazing week. Super excited about the full moon and the power that it will have to release and really create a new sense of independence, which is really about interdependence, how we need each other, how we're here to live in community. And when I listen to you and I learn from you and I honor your way, I'm honoring myself. So join us for a full moon circle. Hashtag full moon. We'll send you all the info. Ice Cream Social. Lots of things to join. And remember to live your life
to the sweetest.
We mean that. Have a sumptuous, scrumptious life.
We really do.
Yeah.
We really wish that for you. And for ourselves. Hey, hey.
Mahalo, everyone.
See you next time. Bye.